you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Now, you just explained to me off air that the city of Jos is in the province of Plateau, and that's what you're here to talk to us about. I mean, we saw that clip now with all of those bombings and that violence, but you say peace has been restored.
Yes, that was in the past. Plateau State, and especially Nigeria, a large part of Nigeria now is peaceful. The Boko Haram have been routed, have been degraded, and Plateau, which was known in the past for bombings, is now peaceful. We are in a post-conflict state. We've reached a point where peace has returned, and as a matter of fact, Plateau has been a net receiver of people coming in to settle in Plateau State.
How has government managed to do that? If you look at extremist attacks that are still carrying on in parts of Africa, how has Plateau managed to achieve peace in this area?
Yeah, we have a leadership led by Governor Simon Lalong that's committed to peace. A major focal of his administration is peace building, and he was the first state to set up a bureau for peace building in the state. And the bureau engages in dialogue. Dialogue is a very good component of peace building anywhere in the world. If we understand ourselves, we understand the problems and difference between each other, we should be able to know where we're going and where we want to come from. So peace building in Plateau State has been a major focus of the administration. Engaging with the people, finding out their problems, and tackling especially issues of poverty.
Mentioning issues of poverty, I see here that the Fulani grazing attacks. Tell us a bit about those, and now that there is stability in the region, how do these attacks come into focus? Yes,
the Fulani as a group are known for nomadic grazing, moving from one place to the other. And as population increases, the land available for grazing certainly reduces. So there's pressure on land, pressure on grazing areas. But what the government is trying to do now is to encourage ranching. Instead of grazing, moving all over the place, Fulanis and other cattle farmers should be able to settle in one place, create a ranch, and by feed them in one spot. So there will be less pressure on land available for agriculture and for people farming. That's the only way to solve it.
Have you seen an improvement? You say this is a way to feed people. Have you seen an improvement in this, and is there support for this?
Yes, there's a major support for this at the federal, state, and the state levels. The support comes in form of policy and also the resources being put together by the federal government. At the subnational level, at the local levels, there's a lot of enlightenment going on. People have been sensitized to accept grazing, to accept ranching, and to accept the need for increased agriculture. That's the only way to tackle poverty. And also to understand the problems of the other side. If we understand the problems of the Fulani pastoralist, especially when they are more enlightened, they would now begin to accept that, okay, you need to coexist with other Nigerians and other people.
Is that sort of the basis for the violence that we saw, that there was these tensions between Christians and Muslims? Yeah,
the tensions have several reasons. One, there's been, as I said earlier, there's been competition over resources in the past, and there's been some political marginalization in the past. So people who felt marginalized obviously felt like they were deprived. Yeah. But what the government is trying to do at both federal and state levels is to be able to engage every community, to use dialogue, to explain and to engage people, to speak to truth and let them know that we've got to coexist as people.
Yeah. Yes. All right, you are currently in South Africa to engage with business on the competitive advantages of the Plateau State. Right. You've held a seminar and attended by government and business. How did that seminar go, and how are you able to guarantee that there will be potential investors?
The seminar was very successful. It was well attended. We had government officials from Gauteng province and from other parts of other businessmen from South Africa who were there. The idea was to showcase Plateau State, its competitive advantages, particularly the fact that we have a government that's committed to the rule of law, we have peace, and we have huge advantages that other states of Nigeria don't have. Our weather is similar to South Africa, and we are also on a plateau. That's why we're called Plateau State. We have picturesque landscape, wonderful river falls, good for tourism, and we also grow crops that other parts of Nigeria cannot grow. Apples, no Nigerian state can grow apples, strawberries, and all that. So we wanted to showcase this and say we can partner with South African businesses. And we're not looking for gigantic projects at the start. We want low-hanging fruits, the small projects that people can start up and grow up on that. So the responses have been so good already. We've received some positive interest in coming to Plateau State. The governor has extended invitation to a number of investments companies in South Africa, and even the province of Gauteng. we're talking with them and seeing how we can do some exchange programs and how to develop the state.
So there is potential for investment, for reform, for agricultural partnerships, tourism.
Yes, huge potentials, particularly in agriculture, because we see South Africa as a model. We know that all the food they consume is grown here. And Nigeria imports about almost $20 billion worth of food. And if companies come and just take a slice of that and produce in Nigeria and feed Nigerians and feed Plateau State, there's huge potential for business in Plateau.
Mr. Gomos, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for coming in. Ezekiel Gomos, who is the chairman of Plateau Investment and Property Development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.